What's up? What's up? I'm back. I want to talk about how dreams are messages and if how you're not open minded. Get my hair out my face. Get my hair out my face. I gotta see my face here. That's. But I want to just talk about how if you're not open minded and imaginative, your higher self really can't send you deeper messages, and it all just go and tie into being having experiences and being able to activate tools to understand deeper things. Like, do you have any fears, like scared of water, scared of heights, scared of death? Like, your dreams will show you those different things and try to give you different feelings and emotions through those dreams by giving you water dreams or dreams where you're flying or standing on something high because your dreams are trying to give you visions where you create emotions where you can have and use in this life. So if you're scared of water and you're scared of heights and you're scared of, death, like your dream can't properly give you messages where you'll receive them properly. Like you'll like if you're scared of these things, you'll perceive these things maybe as nightmares or something like that. You're not the right perspective, and it just go to show you our tools and the restrictions we have on our mind and our imagination, which ultimately blocks our what do you call it? Our just blocks our what do you call it? Our transmitter from our higher self in a sense, like because our dreams are messages. They're visions in a sense of messages from the higher self. Like they give us dreams because that's the best way we can interpret it in our human lens. Like dreams are our way of viewing the human lens from the God perspective. Like it's our God message, but in the human lens. So that's why we get floods. That's why we get couples and relationships like cheating and things like that. It's not necessarily saying that your mate is cheating on you or you're necessarily going through that human experience, but the feeling that pretty much the feeling that you get from that dream is what you need to use and understand. But as many perspectives you can get from the dreams, it just depends on how restricted you are. And pretty much however restricted you are, that's what understanding you're going to get from those dreams. Our higher self only can relay messages through our higher lens. Like I said, it through family, friends, and events. Like for me, I have a lot of dreams with football. Like if I'm doing something successful, like I get the dreams where I fly and things like that. But other dreams I get like where I did something cool in football, or I just won a football game or some shit like that. And that's since I had a lot of football dreams, that's my biggest connection to this reality in the sense of football and the things that like habits and passions that we did besides making videos. Now I had football, so they're gonna give me visions and messages through football. But it doesn't mean I need to go take my ass on the NFL turf and go play a game. It's just trying to give me the emotions and feelings and saying you're doing something right. But due to my restriction of only loving football, I'm not really able to see different lenses. Like if I love other things on this earth, it could give me more realities. But I'm not really necessarily. I don't really need it because I get the understanding from football, and I ain't really trying to fall into love with anything else that's worldly, to be honest. But I still understand how I can learn from the world. So I'm not building restrictions, but I'm just having understanding, I guess. Yeah, I said those dreams and those visions you get, like when I do something good in football in a dream, I bring that back to this life, and I feel like I'm doing the right steps and things that I need to do in this life. But if your mind is restricted, you'll only be able to receive information that you can process to this reality. Like I said, if you ain't doing too many things open-minded, you won't be able to really process things. If you have a lot of fears, you will have a lot of nightmares because of things you fear. Like what I said, if you'll have a lot of nightmares because you fear everything your mind tells you to explore. Yeah, like for even in the real life, like your mind will tell you to do something, you be like, nah, I'm not gonna do it this time, or nah, I'll wait. And that's literally you denying your spirit and saying what you really want to do. And in the same sense of the dream, like how can you explore your mind? How can you explore your dreams and the different realities and dimensions in your mind if you're scared to explore? If you told to stick to what you know in a sense and not really willing to explore, because that's what you have to do when it comes to exploring the mind and astral projecting, period. Like how can you go any farther in discovering yourself if you're not willing to expand? And when your spirit tells you to go through certain experiences in this reality, it's doing that so you can open yourself up to different experiences and emotions, and then you can ultimately have different experiences and dreams and give you more messages and things like that. So through those understandings and reactions of this physical, you understand your dreams better because this physical life is your tools. Like humanity The only way you can understand your God self is through humanity at this point. So this is the only tool we got. So we gotta, like, if you're gonna be good with language, you gotta learn how to be good with language. If you're gonna be good with art, that's what you gotta be good with. That's your connection. That's your tools. Like, everybody is good at certain different things, but all those different things are just connections to the soul and to the pretty much, I say the art all the time, but it's really the soul, the spirit, and even things deeper than that, which is, you could say, the gods and ancestors and shit like that. If you don't believe in other realities, or let me see what I say. If you don't believe in other realities or believe your dreams are real, how would you ever be able to receive messages or even astral project to higher realms? In that same aspect, like, I've seen different cities and different towns, like, that I've never seen in my life. Like, I seen golden cities, and another aspect, like, I feel like I was leaving this great city in a sense and trying to go find something new. Like, I've had a lot of different dreams with traveling and exploring, and I've seen different places in my mind. So in that same aspect, if I was scared to travel, if I was scared to explore my mind, not in the sense of this reality, like, in this reality, you can put something in front of me, I'm like, if it can't kill me, you might as well try it. And in that same aspect, that's how I did shrooms, that's how I did LSD. And in the same aspect, I did, what do you call it, cocaine. But it's just that didn't vibe with me, so it's not something I will keep doing. But if, like I said, if it can't kill me, why not try it? Because it can help expand my mind. In that same aspect, I do those things, and it shows how much I explore my mind. It shows how willing I am to go to get past this shit. And even if it can kill me, at the end of the day, what will it help? I mean, what would it hurt? Because people be like, shrooms can destroy your mind and break your mind, because you tap into a reality that your human self can't. Your human self can't understand, so your human self breaks down because you tapped into something so great. And if that's the case, then, bro, if I'm that weak, I'm that weak, but I'm trying to tap into everything that's greater beyond me. And until something tells me to stop, I ain't stopping. And let's see. If you don't believe in other realities, watch, we listen, art, tap into emotions. I'm trying to see where I left off. Yeah, then the art we absorb shows what kind of mentality we have. Like, what do you watch? Do you watch stuff with aliens? Do you watch stuff with a lot of slavery? Do you watch stuff with a lot of prison stuff? Do you watch dramas? Do you watch action? Do you watch comedy? Do you watch a mix of it all? And whatever you watching, do you watch sci-fi? Do you watch occult movies? Like, what are you watching? Do you just watch the movies that the TV tell you to watch, like the big motion picture movies, or what? And in that same aspect, to go to show you what type of art you might be developing in the art that you're consuming, and really what you might come from and what you're really trying to figure out. Because through watching other people art, we figure out how to express ourselves. So what are you really watching? Like, if you're watching alien movies, that means if you to translate it to your dream realm, you'll be willing to receive alien and foreign knowledge. Like, you'll be willing to absorb and go to different places that you've never been before. And in that same aspect, that's why you watch alien movies, because they tapping into that art of the unknown and things that we're not used to seeing, and then they display it in whatever art it is. Because you see aliens in many different forms of people ideas. Some of them peaceful, some of them harmful, but that's just their perspective of aliens and foreign knowledge. Just like with people from the heavens, like some people have different aspects on heaven. Some people might look at it as hell, some people might look at it as heaven, and it just depends. Same with this reality that we're on now. Some people might look at it as heaven, some people might look at it as hell, but it's a holistic view, and it's, like I said, there's always many other views to look at it from. But let's see. Yeah, like, if you watch alien movies, do you believe that their aliens are peaceful? Do you believe they're evil? That's how you accept the new knowledge. Do you believe in reincarnation? Or what do you believe in? Like, that's how you absorb your life. That's how you go about life. That's how you interpret and receive dreams. Like, through those tools. Like, the certain arts that you absorb. If you don't like watching shit to do with the devil and shit like that, it got to show you, what you fear and things like that. I don't like watching it because I know it's bullshit and it's a misrepresentation of it, but I still understand it's somebody's perspective of that. So it's still real, but it has no effect on me because that's not my perspective. I didn't walk down the steps to gain that perspective, but Yeah, I mean, that's really all I had to say with that. But I got some more stuff to kind of deal with the imagination, and I'm gonna get into that, and it still kind of deal with this stuff too, pretty much. But I'm out.